Guess deadweight is only 1 cost, huh? Shoot, they could deadweight this. If they deadweight this, I lose. Don't deadweight. Don't deadweight this. I am frozen right now. Oh, thank God. No deadweight. I thought for sure they were going to have a deadweight there. I thought that's why they did that play. Holy cow. How's it going, everybody? Thank you so much for clicking on my video today. In today's video, we have hot cocoa and we have an Orzhov deck. The Orzhov deck here that we have today for you, I can't exactly figure out how to classify it. It controls things, removes things, brings things back to life, steals things from our opponent. So I'm not quite sure where it falls in the category, but before we get started today, like always, if you're not subscribed to the channel, be sure to do so, because if you do subscribe, it will notify you if you hit that little bell whenever a video goes live. We post up to two to three times a week, so we want to make sure that you guys get that content right when it comes out. Also, we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, which we are so close to hitting, and I appreciate each and every one of you who've gotten us this far so far. And thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. But let's go ahead and jump into it, talk about the deck a little bit, and then get some gameplay footage. And at the end, we'll wrap it up with some final thoughts. So let's see. How do we want to kick this one off? Like I said, this one's an oddball. It's a lot of fun, though. Athreos. Let's start there. Athreos is a card that we're running 3 of. Athreos is kind of the card that I looked at and I went, I want to build a deck around this. This is the guy I want to build a deck around. This god is incredible. I've always liked this card. I've always thought it was obviously never worth playing because of how much it costs. So today we try to do the impossible and make this card good. In order to do that, we're going to have to control the board state as much as possible in order for us to get to Athreos, which is tough because we're going to need to get some card advantage. We're going to need to get, you know, preferably some ramp action. We're going to need to remove things off the board, all to set up Athreos, which then starts our combination, which then gets us winning some games. So by no means is this deck S tier. It's not something you're going to probably run a mythic and smash everyone with. It's not a meta deck, but like I said, it's a whole lot of fun. So how are we going to get there, you might ask? Well, with some of the control cards that we have 4 Skyclave Apparitions, which if the Athreos were to be on the battlefield, you could put a token on Skyclave Apparition, and when it dies, it comes back to the battlefield. So that combo right there is pretty strong. Works almost like it's almost like a Yorion in some sense, that it bounces things. But what's great about it is it bounces those things on the reaction of dying. So your opponent needs to play a removal spell to get that creature off the battlefield just for it to be bounced back onto the battlefield. So it's like a 2-for-1, which is amazing. Also, we have 4 Charming Princes, which early game is going to get us our scries. Late game, it's going to keep continuously gaining us life. You're going to notice in this deck, we gain a lot of life as well, because early on when I made this deck, I struggled staying alive against more aggro decks. So gaining life is kind of key here as well. So you want things like Charming Prince, which also brings me into Skyclave Cleric. This card gains you 2 life late game. If you want to play this down as a creature, you can keep bouncing it with that Athreos every single time it dies. You can even kill things yourself if you want to with Heartless Act or, you know, Village Rites. We have 3 Village Rites just because, you know, in some positions, we're going to have a token on our creature and we're going to get the double value out of it by it dying and coming back. And we get cards, which is great. And with Village Rites, you'll notice in some of the games that it pairs amazingly with the Solemn. I'm not even going to attempt the second part of that name. But the Solemn, it gives you a land. And then when you kill it, you draw a card. If it has a token on it, it now comes back again, and then it gets you another land, and then you draw another card when it dies, and so on and so forth. So if you Village Rites that, you're going to get a 3-card advantage, which is incredible. The combo there is amazing. And then we've already touched a little bit on Heartless Act. We have 3 of those for some early game removal. And then we have 2 of these flex cards here you might be looking at, like kind of odd. Erebos Intervention and Heliod's Intervention. Both of these cards do incredible things for the current meta we're in now. So with Heliod's Intervention, you can destroy enchantments or artifacts or gain a bunch of life. Gaining life can help us really, you know, in a lot of our late game situations when we're really low. It can get us back into a game. But in the meantime, if they are able to ramp up to a, let's say, a Henge early on, or an Ember Cleave, or if they're milling you through Teferi's Tutelage, this card takes care of all of those things. You know, those Doom Foretold decks that run nothing but artifacts and enchantments, this is a very strong card. Heliod or Erebos' intervention is really great for, let's say, milling decks or rogues, because rogues, you know, they depend on your graveyard to be full for them to, you know, boost off of. And so you're able to exile your own graveyard or other graveyards if, say, they're trying to scavenging ooze, or if they have an ECD down and they're trying to pull something back from the graveyard. You can Erebos intervention and take care of the situation. And now we get into our top end plays that win us the games. First off, we have Shatter the Sky. I almost forgot about that. Helps obviously wipe the board clean of anything. And, you know, if you have tokens on things with Erebos or Athros, things just come right back. So Shatter the Sky, super relevant card in the deck. Elspeth Conquers Death, another great relevant card in the deck. Another removal spell. You get creatures back from the graveyard. If you're not able to get Athros down in time, you can pull something back, and then later on Athros token the creature. Then we have Ondu's Inversion. This card's incredible too because it synergizes so well with our Athros because it destroys all permanents on the battlefield. What's great about that is Athros is indestructible. It stays put. It doesn't die. So you can actually kill everything, and everything that has a token on it comes right back to life, and so on and so forth. And then here's our real actual killer of the deck. It's our Massacre Wurm. Everyone should be familiar with this card by now. I think it's pretty popular lately in a lot of bigger black, you know, decks that do control things. But basically it minuses 2/2 on all the creatures on the opponent's side. And when a creature dies, it deals 2 damage to our opponent. So what that means is if you put a token on this and it keeps coming back, you're just going to keep dealing damage over and over. And your opponent's not going to be able to play anything because if they remove the worm, it's just going to keep coming back, dealing more damage. And so it's just a big body that's going to be there that they're not going to be able to deal with. And then another little thing to add that I didn't really touch on is with Athros, you can put a coin on any creature, not just your own, but your opponent's. So if you play Athros and your opponent has a creature out on the field, you can put a coin on it, Heartless Act that creature, killing it, and then it becomes your creature. I think there's a play in the video you might see. I'm not sure if it was in play testing or not, but I think we killed somebody's Skyclave Apparition, stole it, then stole another creature of theirs. So it was a really, really nice combo and synergy. So that's the deck though in a nutshell. I'm going to wrap it up here with the breakdown and then get into the gameplay footage. But before we go, the lands are pretty simple. I got all 4 pathways, all of our temples, and then 7 apiece on the lands. We got devotion to both black and white. It's kind of tough. Mana's a little bit tough, but we make do with what we can. Early on, I was running Crawling Barrens. You'll see that I removed that from the deck. It was just kind of hindering us with so much devotion. It didn't make a lot of sense. I thought it would work, but it did not. So we removed that from the deck. And this is what we were left with. So I hope you guys enjoy as always. Have a lot of fun with this deck, you know, for what it is. It's competitive, but remember, it's hard to get the mana you need. It's hard to ramp to Athros and still be effective. We had a good run with the deck. Don't get me wrong. We had a very good run with the deck, and it is competitive, but it is what it is. It's a little bit janky. So have fun with this one. Enjoy the gameplay footage, and we will see you at the end. Peace. All right, here we go. We're playing Heal and Steal. This deck is interesting. It's very interesting. It has a very unique way of doing things. It revolves around Atheros, which we just drew, which is awesome. Atheros is going to get us a bunch of tokens on things, and then we kill it, all these things with all of our different tools. And then when we kill them, they come back to the battlefield under our control again. So Atheros can be a really unique tool to not only like gain us a bunch of life through our own little like creatures who enter the battlefield and gain us life, but it also can steal things from our opponent when we kill it, and do things with their creatures, which is awesome. So very unique deck, and I'm very excited to play it. So the only thing I'm worried about though is running into rogues today. I know we're going to, but it's the one deck that makes me a little nervous. I mean, we have ways to beat rogues. It's not like a guaranteed loss, but it's just like a very, very hard matchup for us, I believe. All right, gonna have to wait one more turn to do anything. We can Shatter the Sky though next turn, which is great. But the only downside to that is this turn is gonna be huge, because if they get 1 enchantment on the battlefield, they not only grow their servant or their champion, but they draw a card. And then they're going to draw another card with the Hateful Eidolon once I Shatter the Sky. So, pretty big turn for our opponent here. Unless they're on a bunch of enchants like Mire's Grasp and stuff. They are, okay. I guess that's one way to do it. I guess that's the way you can go. Definitely gonna shatter here, get rid of these two before they're big enough to draw them more cards. Opponent threw away an Archon. Or they didn't throw it away, but Mire's trying to hit an Archon, so that's good for us. Okay, I guess I got another one. They said, who cares? We got another one. Alright, let's scry 2 here. Solemn, pretty good. I'll take it. Solemn's a pretty good one to get a counter on with the Athreos, because once it keeps coming back, we not only draw a card every single time, but we get to ramp as well, so it's a win-win. Alright, Ondu's Inversion is looking really good right about now. Just got to try to survive long enough. They're going to get pretty big pretty quick. Their board state's going to keep growing with these little 2/2 flyers. So going to have to get an Athros down now, and then next turn... Well, let's see, 1, 4, 5, 6, so 2 more turns to get the... Okay, I guess I could Worm here. Worm is actually probably pretty good. Yeah, let's Worm. And then next turn we'll Athros. Kind of a sweeper. I guess that kind of counts as a sweeper, right? Setessan Champion, sure. Another one, sure. Okay, they're out of enchants though. They ran out of their juice. They ran out of what makes them special. Part of me wants to play this land to stay on curve, but we don't really need land. We only need land to play this card, so... No attacks. End turn. Alright, and then Heliod will be able to get us a lot of life gain. Get us back into the game a little bit. Sentinelize, yikes, okay. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. We could draw cards with the rights though and kill a lot of the things that are on the battlefield right now. Just not the champions. Oh man, we're in trouble. We are in trouble here. Alright, how are we gonna do this? Another Ondu Inversion? Yikes. So Village Rites, and then we heal for what? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. We gain 6 life. Could be good. Let's find out. Let's do this first. Killing all the little guys. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Let's do this instead. So let's go for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana I have available. So this will go for 4. Let's do that. Let's go here. And then put one on the worm again. There we go. Okay, sorry if I was a little quiet there. I was really trying to concentrate and figure out the best line to take. I don't want to lose this game, so feeling pretty solid about our positioning right now. It's just they drew a lot of cards there, which is kind of a bummer. Okay. They don't have any way to kill my worm. And as long as they don't have the tools to kill my worm, Ondu Inversion is a very likely play next turn if we find a land that's not tapped. Sentinel Eyes, okay. Drawing a bunch of cards again. Hateful Eidolon. Oof, that's going to draw them a lot of cards. Their hand is going to be completely gassed back up if we Ondu Inversion, but we have to. Unfortunately, we have to. The good news is I think we went through most of their really big tools. Like this will be their 3rd Setessan down. Archon, we got 2 of them down already. They're probably going to have another Archon in hand. That's probably what it's going to be, but it is what it is, I guess. taking 6 here. Hopefully they don't have any ways to trample. That would be really problematic. Seems like a weird play though, because if they attack here with the 10-10, my worm comes back, and then all of these things I just played die. Interesting. Interesting. This is a very good game though. This is interesting. I don't know if we're gonna win. I hope we win, but they definitely had a pretty juiced up play there. Didn't we have them down to like 1 card in hand too? They definitely they hit the nuts, that's for sure. Our only hope here too is to draw into a land that's not tapped. Otherwise this Ondu's Inversion is like really trouble. Oh, we might actually be able to kill him here. Maybe? If I destroyed that, that's just a 1-1. So they lose a 1-1. They make them... Okay. So that's not good enough at all. We have to draw. Okay. How do we do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How do we do this? They don't have trample, so I'm pretty sure we can block, right? Pretty sure we could put the Solemn out there to block with. This is a really good card for this matchup, but I don't need it right now. We already got one. Let's do this. They don't have anything hasty, so I think we're okay. Unless they kill this. Oh no, if they kill that. But we can put a token on it, so let's do that. Let's go no attacks, end turn, put a token on the Solemn, because they have Mire's Grasp and they have things like Deadweight, so those two things won't kill our worm, but it will kill our Solemn. So if they kill our Solemn, it'll come back to the battlefield, which is what we want. That's good. We have a Heartless Act still, so we can kill other things, but probably not going to be that important, to be honest. Sentinelize, sure. As long as we survive this turn, Ondu's Inversion should win us the game, I hope. Alright. Is the opponent going to mill themselves? They might. That's the last champion they have, okay. They don't have anything that gives indestructible. They're going with the Alsaid's Bounty instead of the Selfless Savior, which is actually going to hurt them because the Ondu's Inversion. Okay, that's fine. -2. Not a problem. And what's great is this can actually come in last second and kill that Deadweight if they do somehow have a Mire's Grasp in hand. Which I'm sure they do. That still leaves them with 2 more mana though. Okay. Alright, so we're good now. We're definitely going to survive this turn now. Based on that play. Because if they have a Mire's Grasp, I could throw this down at instant speed to kill the Deadweight, and then it wouldn't kill me. So I have 2 blockers available, and then we Ondu's Inversion, clear the board, and we're at 4. So we're good. And they're going to mill themselves. I really think they're going to mill themselves. This is crazy. My leg is all... I'm shaking my leg all nervously because I really think that... I've invested a lot of time into this game, so I really want it to work. That's fine. That comes back to life. I don't know if they knew that. Maybe they didn't know. But that does come back to life. And they did it pre-combat, so it's coming back to defend. Guess Deadweight is only 1 cost, huh? Shoot, they could Deadweight this. If they deadweight this, I lose. Don't deadweight. Don't deadweight this. I am frozen right now. Oh, thank God. No deadweight. I thought for sure they were going to have a deadweight there. I thought that's why they did that play. Holy cow. Why would they quit though? That's so confusing. Did they know I have a shatter? Like, what do they think I might? There's no way they know I have an Ondu's Inversion, right? Like, what in the world? I'm just, hold on. Let me think this through. So they have the board state completely dominated. They don't know what I'm holding. Why would they concede there? They swing in. We lose both our creatures, and now they dominate the board. Why would they do that? I mean, I am going to win. I'm going to Ondu's Inversion. And the only thing standing is going to be Athreos, and then they got to start fresh, which is fine, because we can heal, we have removal. We would probably Heartless Act the next thing they played. I don't know. I don't know why they would quit there. I'm just as baffled as you guys are, but GG's. I still think we would have got that win. I'm taking it as a W. All right, game one was an absolute headbanger, bro. It was like, what do we do? We got that opponent down to one card or something like that in their hand, and then just absolutely came back with a vengeance and made it into one of the best games I've had in a long time. All right, we are up here with the Charming Prince into an app. Okay, I'm keeping this. This is good. This is good stuff. Opponent's gonna mulligan. Ouch. Hopefully we get another land here. Oh, we need that. We need that. We need that. We need that. I'm gonna regret this. I'm gonna regret that big time. I need Athreos though in order for this deck to actually do what I want it to do. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely scrying on this one. Need some land. Don't need an apparition. Land, land, land. That's what I need to hit. Land, followed by another land, followed by another land, followed by another land. All right, we're gonna go here. Apparition for sure. We'll be taking that. No ramping for you. No ramping for you. Lotus Cobra is still a very deadly card, man. It could really get your opponent like crazy, like this. Watch, crazy amount of mana coming in hot. Okay, they decide not to. Interesting. I'm doing this because I really need to hit lands on curve. So let's go lands. All right, we hit one. Beautiful. Can we hit another one? Part of me wants to kill that Cobra. Did we kill the Cobra? Yeah, I'm gonna kill the Cobra, I think. Yeah. Let's do it. Kill the Cobra. I've got to assume that they kept this hand after mulliganing because they had the two Cobras, which means they probably don't have a whole lot of land in hand. It's just an assumption I'm making, but I hope it pays off. I think that was the right move. Oh, and I think I nailed the prediction. I really did think I nailed that prediction. So our opponent mulliganed their hand, and then they played immediate two Cobras, which tells me they were definitely sitting on a low land hand. All right, GG's. We'll take it. I mean, it's an easy dub, but we'll take it. All right, well, not the most exciting last game, but I do feel like we made the right plays to make that happen, so it still feels pretty good. All right, up next, let's go. Hopefully we get another beast of a game like the first one. We'll keep this. Yeah, we'll keep it. We'll keep it. I really gotta get more sleep these days. It ain't good that I'm always tired. All right, let's go here, and then I guess we should have went white and then waited just in case we need that apparition next turn. Yeah, I screwed that curve up. We could have totally taken that robber. Shoot. I guess we could still Erebos it though, which is nice. Played my mana incorrectly, and that's what I get though. Let's gain that 2 life right back though. We'll be seeing ya, robber. Dude, Erebos Intervention and Heliod's Intervention. I'm telling you, those cards are slept on. Those are some really good cards. All right, we'll be grabbing that with the apparition. Or do I want to? I'm going to ramp, actually. I'm going to ramp. Want to make sure we get our curve going here. 4, 5. So we need one more land. We can play Athreos, which is nice. And then we could play our Rites and draw 3 cards off of Solemn and even ramp even more. That's pretty sweet. I think that was a good move. Oh, or not. Okay. We'll still draw a card, though. Perfect. Land. That's what we're looking for. Now we're looking for a Shatter the Sky. You know what? You ask, you shall receive. Am I right? Let's go. We have so much Swamp Devotion with our Worm and whatnot. I'm going to go ahead and take your Myers Triton. Unfortunately for us, our Myers Triton, if we steal that, will be bad because it will mill us, which not really our style, but whatever our opponent decides to play here will be Shattered the Sky. And then we get a Myers Triton, so loving that. We need to use up all of our white sources for this though. That's kind of lame. All right, and we'll end our turn. We get the Myers back again. I don't know if I want to keep getting the Myers Triton back though with the whole milling thing. We'll see. Hopefully we can get the Cleric down next turn and then get a token on that, and then we could Village Rites, gaining a lot of life and drawing cards. I'm telling you, once the Athros is online, the hardest part is getting Athros online. Once it's online, it's incredible. It's absolutely an insane card. Let's get some cards off of it if we're gonna do that. Give me them cards. Okay. Could have drawn 2 more off of it again, but this is fine. Skyclave. Come on down. Charming Prince. Come on down. Ondu Inversion. It may be good late game. We'll see. Let's go here. I know it's on top, but let's just do it anyways. And turn. Let's go with Charming Prince first because a Charming Prince can get us back more life. We're pretty much invincible at this point. Unless they have something in hand that could deal with this, like Feed the Swarm. We're indestructible, so. Feeling pretty solid about this. We're going to be stealing that, that's for sure. With our Skyclave Apparition. It's going to take damage, but it's fine. All right, let's do this. Apparition coming down. And that's game. Man, nobody wants us to play out our game plan, man. I want to show you guys more. I want to show you what it can do. This deck is fun, man. It's fun. I'm not going to sit here and say it's tier 1, though. It's not like an incredible deck that's going to run you to Mythic. We're having some good games. Obviously, it can contest in Diamond, but it's fun. I want to see more of it. It's just a lot of fun to play. All right, let's see if we can't manage to keep the win streak going. Yeah, I'm pretty excited, man. It's seems like it came together okay. I went ahead and I cut the Crawling Barrens out of the deck, though. I don't think it was that important to have those in the deck. Didn't feel like it was right, so went ahead and just cut those out. Let's see here. Okay, Charming Prince, not bad. Into an Athros. We gotta have Athros. I'm learning pretty quickly that if we don't have Athros, this deck kind of just doesn't have much, but it's strong. It's definitely competing, which is nice, but Athros seems to be the reason why we're winning, which is why I built the deck around, but yeah, it feels pretty good right now. I'm pretty happy with how we're playing. All right, Charming Prince, Scrying 2. What are we looking for? We're looking for things like Solemn would be nice because we can ramp. So Charming Prince into Scrying. Don't need either of those. Heartless Act is good. Heartless Act pairs really nicely with the Athreos, so because we can steal our opponent's things, which is great. See what our opponent does here. Oh, we're on cycling. Okay, a Mardu cycling situation. No attacks. We wait. We wait because with the healer, we're not too scared of the healer. It just gains life. It's not actually damaging us or putting us on the clock. So we're fine. Plus, we can actually Heliod's Intervention and gain a lot of life, which can save us from like Zenith Flare. That's tough. I'm gonna have to kill that, unfortunately. Gonna have to kill that. Was hoping to save that for Athros, but it's never a perfect world, you know? It happens. Can't allow our opponent to go too wide on us. Almost attacked on accident. I've done that a million times. Don't ever do that. That's just super frustrating whenever you're trying to click through quickly and you just accidentally swing in an attack. Ugh, it's the worst. All right, let's see what our opponent's got. Outlaws of Merriment. Okay, what in the world have I walked into? Yeah, I think that's the play. Not really in the mood to deal with any Outlaws Merriments at the moment. Oh, we drew another one. Look at that. We're rewarded for that play. Let's go. Outlaws Merriment, as silly as the card may seem, if it resolves and you don't have an answer for it, man, it is so hard to beat. That's what I was worried about if they had two. Well, lucky for us, we had two interventions, which would have saved it though. But we can never gamble on them having two, you know? That just, it's a gamble you don't want to take. All right, beautiful. We have Athros right into a worm. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Oh, you know what I should have done there? I should have marked their healer first because Worm's going to come down next turn. We could have got their healer on our side. With the Worm, though, I don't really care now if they have another Merriment. Ooh, I hope they cycle a whole bunch here, because this Worm could absolutely destroy them. Now cycle, 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 cycle. Do it, do it. Still a pretty big hit, though. The Worm is still a pretty big hit. If they cycle here, that'd be hilarious. What will they do? They allow it to resolve? That's definitely a cycle card in their hand, though. They're upset, and I don't blame them. Because now we have our whole game plan online. And when that happens, we're hard to beat. We are very, very hard to beat. All right, Shatter the Sky is ready to go. Getting back both of our creatures if we need to, if need be. Shredded Sails would be, I mean, if it destroyed enchantments would be pretty good, but it still wouldn't do anything because we have indestructibility on this enchantment. So things like destroy enchantments like my Heliod wouldn't do anything. Super unfortunate. Very, very hard to deal with Atheros once it's out there. Zenith Flare for 6. Interesting. Someone's getting desperate. Let's get a second coin on it just because. Just because we can. I kept Charming Prince on top because it can gain us life if they want to Zenith Flare us again. And we swing all here because if they want to block with the Rescuer on the Prince that comes back, which they can't because they would die if they did that, but... End turn, and you get a token, and now we're basically undying. This is an undying deck. There's nothing you can do. Even if you pull the top deck Shatter the Sky right now, we still win. There's not a card in Magic that beats this right here. Cycle away. There's not a card you can find. We win. GG's. Feels good, man. It feels good when your jank deck plays pretty solidly, you know? By all means, this is definitely jank deck that we're playing here. This is the jank tank for sure today. Man, they really went for it there. They really went for it there. Good game. Good game. GG's. On to the next one. All right, here we go. We got ourselves a couple of wins under our belt with this deck. It's doing a lot better than I had thought, so I'm happy with whatever outcome happens now. We are on the last game for the video, so running at low on time. So let's see how we do. Opponent goes first. They don't have any companion, but they do have shark sleeves, which means probably control counter deck. Sure, we'll keep it. Let's give it a shot. We don't have an Athreos, which we know from last game, like I was discussing, is kind of the only way we win games. So we really need to find one. Scry. We do need land, but I don't know. I don't know. Looks like we're on Dimir watch. Ready? Blue land. Ready? Guarantee it. Okay, maybe not. I still think they're on Dimir. Why would they have these shark sleeves and not be on Dimir? You know what I'm saying? We'll do that. We need more land, but we also need to find some things. The fact that they have the Awakening means they have small creatures. Yep, okay, so it is rogues. Why didn't they play that on their turn? They probably just top deck that. Definitely gonna kill that now before they can play another rogue. Plus that allows us to get in for 2. I really wanted that Temple of Silence, you jerk. You friggin' jerk. 5 cards in the bin already. I feel like it's just way too easy for our opponent to get to 8 cards. I feel like it's just too easy. I'm debating right now. I'm like, do I shatter? Do I kill it with Erebos, or do I wait to play Erebos where I can exile the graveyard? What do I do? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I gotta hold up the Erebos to exile our own graveyard. That's why it's in the deck. It's for these situations just like this. All right. What's nice too is we can kind of surprise our opponent by playing this on their turn and then having them attack thinking they have death touch and all that and then block. So we could definitely do that. Kind of stinks though because our opponent has the Scavenger, which is going to gain them life. Hopefully not too much though once we exile the graveyard. So we're going to exile 6 cards from the bin. Okay. One, two, three. No, cancel. Oh, no, my graveyard. Okay. I was confused there. All right. So we want to try to choose different things, right? So we have Skyclave as a creature, enchantment, instant, land, artifact. All right, we try to make it as different as possible. We needed more time to decide there, but that probably could have been done a lot more optimally. All right, opponent goes down to 4. Yep, I did do that wrong. I wanted to keep all the creatures in there. Ah, shoot, I did that terribly wrong. All right, whatever. What's great here is I get to ECD this, right? And then the worm is what's coming back. And when the worm hits the battlefield, all these things are going to die. And we got a clear board and we attack all, and it'll be a lot of damage because the worm's going to deal 2 damage per each thing that dies. All right, Merfolk coming in hot. Little 1/1 smack to the face. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. All right. We're gonna swing in here. Let's just get some damage in. Let's get some damage in and just hold off and wait, I guess. No need to Shatter the Sky because it will take away from our 4 damage that we're gonna get from the worm. Make that 6 damage. The more the merrier. We can't allow our opponent to get us down to 8 cards in the bin, though. Ah, they just did. Now they can draw cards off of their Wind Robbers. Shoot. Can they? If it... I guess we're bringing a card back, but this goes to the graveyard. Yeah, I don't know. Damn it, they're gonna be able to draw cards. That sucks. That could have been way better. That could have been way better. Okay, that's fine. It still does the effect. Wow, they didn't draw cards off of it. That was a big misplay on their part. I guess we don't get the 2 damage though. That's interesting. Scry 2, hopefully it's land. I mean, it is land, but it's not the land we wanted. Ay, ay, ay. Some more Wind Robbers coming in, sure. That's a land, and the worm is online. Let's go. The worm is offline. Let's go. But what's great is we have another worm in the bank, so we have 2 more worms in the bank. They're gonna block, draw a card, I'm sure. Yep. So we get 3 damage to go across. So 3 damage goes across here. We're getting pretty close. We've got him on the ropes. I was actually really worried too when we first made the deck that rogues would be our biggest matchup, you know, problem. But that's pretty good. They're too late to block with that. They couldn't have known that they were going to draw that, though. Imagine had they drawn the card first. All right, let's see if they... Well, maybe if I play this... No, I still can't play a Shatter after. So let's go for the worm again. Let's see if they go ahead and counter. Another counter spell? Sure. We'll just keep racing you. You can't play your Brazen Borrower with Flash, so let's go ahead and get in here. Okay, Heartless Act. We know our opponent's full hand now. We're feeling pretty confident. Feeling pretty confident. We got it. G's. Yep, Brazen Borrower, sure. And are we actually gonna win without the Athreos? Look at that. Look at us. Look at us getting in there, killing some rogues. Best deck in the meta. Psych. Just kidding. No, that was fun though. That was a lot of fun. All right, let's wrap this one up and get to the final thoughts. See you there. Peace. All right, that's the games, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. I know I did. Hold on, hot coffee is actually really getting cold now. My apologies, I forgot I was there. Anyways, the games were, like I said, it was a solid run. It was a pretty phenomenal run that we had with this deck, and I'm very happy with it, and I'm really happy that we got to play Athros finally. And thank you. Yeah, that's all I can really say is that, you know, everyone who's here at the end of the videos, you guys mean the world to me. You guys have a special place in my heart because you guys have watched this video all the way through, which is about an hour long. And I know the kind of patience it takes to sit through a video like this, but it only helps the channel grow. So thank you so much. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to do so. Let's talk a little bit about the deck though. I like the deck a lot. I think it's really fun. I feel like you guys at home might be able to find some things so to make this better. So please, please, in the comments below, let me know if you could think of anything that could help this deck, you know, move a little bit quicker up, you know, up to that Athreos position. I thought about putting in like Grim Tutors. That way we could actually, you know, actually grab Athreos when we need it. Because without Athreos, I feel like this deck is kind of weak. Athreos is really what makes this deck special, and without it, it's kind of tough. I didn't want to run 4 though, because you never want to have 2 Athreos in hand, because it's a legendary creature, and it just, you don't want that many legendaries in hand, you know, especially when it's not going anywhere. It's indestructible. You know it's not going to be taken out, so it's tough. But it's hard to get out because it's, you know, the 6 mana cost is it's not a joke. That's a lot of mana, and to get there with these fast decks without dying is tough. That's why we added the life gain things in here for early on, and you know, all those cheap removals. But again, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the deck, how it plays for you. If you guys, you know, end up playing this one, please let me know. And if you have any better ideas to make it a little bit better, I'm all ears. Also, links in the description below for all of the Discord, Twitter, you know, Twitch. We go live every single Wednesday, so this video should be coming out on Wednesday, so hopefully we'll see you there tonight. But thank you so much again for watching this video, and we'll see you guys on hopefully Friday. I don't have any videos pre-recorded yet, so it might be tough. I might be shooting, I might be taking what's the word I'm looking for here? I might be taking a big leap here, saying that we'll get a video out on Friday, but I'm gonna try my best, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.